Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast and HoloNet Marauders Live. I'm joined here by the Bombad batch of Jamie, Matt, and Jack. How you guys doing?
That's pretty good. I like that.
I've used it before.
Doing well.
Bombad
I don't remember.
I think I used it during Bad Batch. But we are here, and it's going to be a little bit of a different little live stream thing for a little bit, it seems. We have that little ticker thing going at the bottom. If you follow us on social media, you noticed we will not be doing our new Star Wars show coverage that we usually do on HMLs. We are recording those separately, and they're coming out when a fair deal has been given to WGA and SAG-AFTRA. And when the strike ends and there's a fair deal, as I just said, those will be released, whenever that may be. So
look forward to those.
Yeah, hopefully I explained that fairly well.
Bet you want to know what we think.
Yeah, we did have a riveting discussion.
That was good.
Those will come out eventually.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we are here because we want to keep our community having something to do on these Thursday nights, and we like to do it with you guys and see you guys in the chat. All the usuals. So far, I see Chad, Millie, Anilio, and Ronan Unchained, all fan favorites here. How you guys doing? But we're going to be, just discussing general things. Tonight might be more of a loose one. I've been thinking all day. I'm like, you know what? We could just have these be regular podcast episodes that we do live. That had been a thought we had for a while anyways. And I was like, oh, why don't we just apply that here? And we could play our games and such. Chad, as a matter of fact, Chad's in the chat.
Chad's in the chat.
Chad has a proposal for us to do one of our games that he has an idea of. We'll talk about that at a later date, but that's an idea.
I'm intrigued.
So tonight,
fun.
What we have planned is some Q&As. Those are fun. We have a handful of questions, and I also got these finally. These are by Kelly Knox, who we follow on Twitter. She's awesome. Does a lot of cool stuff. But
the heck are those?
Okay.
Star Wars 125 conversation cards for dinner parties, movie marathons, and more. This falls under more, I guess, unless you're eating dinner right now. This is a party.
I mean, maybe. A side note about Kelly Knox, awesome author and just general really cool Star Wars creator. I didn't know until after just finishing Rise of the Inquisitor, Rise of the Red Blade, that the character Noxie Kel is Kelly Knox.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a good
because
one.
she was also in Mike Chen's book, Brotherhood. Is that the Anakin and Obi-Wan one? I didn't read that one yet, but that's where her first appearance was, in that Noxie Kel, the Jedi Archive librarian. And yeah, I love that so much. But yeah, Kelly Knox is really cool, so I'm excited to actually.
She is, and I mean, I don't want to say she will, but I've talked with her on, I think it was Twitter, about coming on our show eventually to just have fun. Ooh. My plan was to do this card game with her, with the creator. That'd be fun, but maybe we could do that eventually.
We're not going to go through all 150 cards tonight, I don't think.
125.
No.
125.
Please.
Okay, never mind. We definitely will then.
No, we won't.
Side note, I've been cracking into what's it called? Because a new one's coming out like the day I leave for Disney. From a certain point of view. Sorry, the Jedi one. I was like, oh, when's this come out? August 29th?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I know what I'm doing on the plane. So I'm very excited for that. I've been reading the ESB ones because I hadn't taken the time to read that yet. So
am I allowed to talk about that?
You can talk about we have something upcoming.
Books?
Oh yeah. Because they're books.
We got an advance.
Books aren't struck content.
No, I meant we got an advanced copy of that.
We're gonna be lucky bastard.
We're gonna be talking to our good friends Kristen Baver and Adam Christopher about their stories, Sice Noodles, and the one about General Pride.
Enric Pride.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a future thing coming out soon.
Read the Pride one, and I love the Pride one.
The Pride one is a trip, but
yeah,
a fun
literally.
Trip. Yeah. So I mean, obviously we're gonna be answering questions in these. We're gonna be answering questions from our Instagram I posted yesterday. But if anyone in the chat obviously has a question, let us know. That's why you guys are here to chill. And does he? You all making any new cosplays? Now, Matt, I know I got a really good one.
Yeah, Matt, what you got?
Yep. Wait until you hear mine. It's nothing. I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's something.
What about Jamie and
good.
Jack? Are you guys working on any new cosplays?
Just finished so I've been making animatronic Spider-Man shells.
Oh yeah.
I just put the
Yeah.
finishing touches on my PS4 Spider-Man one. I haven't done any shots of the new suit and everything, but I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to be busting that out at Granite State Comic-Con.
Awesome. I saw a few of your updates on there. What everyone follow Jack, by the way, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Following and all of his social media stuff, all of his cosplay stuff is fun. So
It's pretty much just Instagram. I'm pretty lazy about it
Yeah.
right now, to be honest. But
that's
I should
the
I should
best.
this one.
That's the best place to be, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Pictures
Yeah.
and for cosplay.
I was
Good
thinking about
cosplay.
Twitter,
Yeah.
but then
No.
You mean X?
maybe not anymore. No,
Yeah.
Chad.
no, I chose my words carefully.
No, you were correct. You were correct.
Chad
Jamie,
did
what
not
about-
wait for me to wear nothing. So just want to point that
Whoa.
out.
Oh
We're
wow.
crossing that line already in this stream. Ooh. Oh, okay. Wow.
Jamie, what about you?
Recently, this past week, I decided that I wanted to make Carrierdine from Cyberpunk. But that's gonna be a PAX thing, so we'll wait for that for a future time. That's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited about all the upcoming gaming stuff that's coming out. There's a lot with that. But no, the only thing I've really been working on hardcore recently has just been my John Marston. I did the
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 look, and then I'm in the process of doing the Red Dead 1 look. I'm absolutely gutted that it wasn't a remaster, by the way, of the first game.
Me too.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
I did throw it on my Steam
Gutted.
Deck, the Switch version on my Steam Deck, and I was like, okay, it does look better,
Yeah, but
But it's like,
it's just such a weird situation. The whole gaming in general, the way that backwards compatibility works is just
Yeah,
so
I mean, 'cause
frustrating
it's
sometimes.
not
because,
I'm right there with you, because it's like it's everything that is a problem with VHS versus DVD. Except imagine if you could only ever get A New Hope on VHS. You had to have a VHS player to play it properly. You had to wait for them to remaster it, and it's like, well, I hope the remaster is good, because if it's not, then I'm screwed.
Yeah. Because
But,
I played Red Dead last year over the summer, Red Dead 2, and then I jumped right into Red Dead 1, and I had to sign up for the extra PlayStation Plus plan and do the stupid PlayStation Now stream the PlayStation 3 game from their servers, and it was
Yeah.
kind of
It's
janky
nuts.
sometimes, and it was
It's
ugh.
nuts.
Luckily,
Just
the only
like-
part that
with
makes me wish I
Xbox,
had an
it's
Xbox.
yeah. With Xbox, it's
Dude, Xbox
pretty easy.
nailed it, but PlayStation 3
Great.
had to go and screw up everything because they literally created a stupid Frankenstein computer and put 20 different stupid parts in it that were just completely ridiculously
PS3 was a nightmare.
prioritized. Yeah, PS3 was an
It's-
absolute
it was-
disaster of a mess of a console.
It was so bad that Gabe Newell publicly stated that Valve was never going to work on it again after the Orange Box. Never again.
Awful.
This was horrible.
forgot
It was
about that.
terrible.
Awful.
I've
But-
still
and,
yet
like,
to
it's-
play. I've still yet to play Undead Nightmare though, in any capacity,
too.
and
Same,
I really
actually.
want to.
It's
Gotta crack
But,
into
like,
that.
none of you guys have played it.
No, I
No.
don't.
No.
I played it when it
it's,
came out, man.
It's not
Yeah,
canon.
yes, you
AJ.
did.
I was against
Of
Of
the
course,
idea
it's
at
not
the time.
canon. Like,
We didn't have a proper debit card or something at the time. It was just
Look, I look at Red Dead Red Dead 2 and Red Dead 1 are very they're myths. They're mythological. They're very important, and I don't really care about non.
Well, I was gonna say,
content.
you don't care about
I knew
some.
I knew spoilers about Red Dead 2, and I still cried by the time I hit the ending.
I gotta
Such a
say,
great story.
I
The
recently
horse scene.
Oh,
yeah, all the,
The
horse
horse.
scenes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I literally have nightmares about that scene.
Undead Nightmare.
uncalled for.
No,
frankly.
the ending of Red Dead 2, the game which has been out for almost 5 years now.
I think we could talk about spoilers. Maybe.
but I recently, within the past 2 years, I think, convinced a friend to play Red Dead 2 and to play the second one first before playing the prequel. And I gotta say, they texted me the weekend of Fan Expo Boston that they were playing the final level and they didn't know it at the time. So I got a happy text from them, and then an hour later they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know it was gonna happen like this." They were just floored, and I'm like, "Well, I'm staring at DJ Rex right now, so do you want a picture of this?" And
All right, good. Star Wars.
It's great. Yeah, so back to Star
Star
Wars. Sorry, you
So,
guys asked about cosplay.
well, hold on.
That's where my brain's been recently.
Backwards compatibility. I got 2 Star Wars.
Oh, this is
related things to
big.
talk about there.
Mm.
Oh, hold
Bring
on.
it up.
Is
I
that
know,
what you?
I know where you're going.
I'm gonna hold on. That second. I'm saving that. I'm saving that for last because the first thing I want to talk about is just another weird thing about backwards compatibility challenges. Is because there's a game that I loved when I was a wee boy. That wasn't the game that we're gonna talk about in a second. It's a different one called DroidWorks. It was an edge. No, put them away. We're not. Put them away. Don't pull that card out of the deck too soon.
Katarn works.
And it was basically like you build droids based on like physics puzzles and stuff like that, and like you'd have to solve the puzzle with your droid. And if it didn't work, you'd have to go back to the shop, change it up, and all that. But the weird part about it was that they based the physics on the CPU's clock speed. And so, I know that is that's a hugely technical term.
That's wild.
Just imagine this:
Very STEM.
Old computers spin like this. New computers are obviously spinning way faster than my hand can even show you. So the problem with that is that when it tries to drive up a slope and it's calculating the physics of how much force is needed to do that, because it's trying to teach a kid how to do this, it can't do that on modern hardware because they're too fast. And so it's like it thinks it's like a massive amount of force required to get up that hill, even if it's like a gentle slope. So like it's like a whole bear of an issue trying to get that game to work.
That's
and, like,
hilarious.
Just, like, have a little nostalgia kick because modern hardware is too powerful for it.
That's tragic.
But
That
the
is
other
wild.
thing,
Nobody was planning for that one.
No,
I know, right? That was not what you were expecting to
how
cut.
do you not
Yes, thank you.
foresee-
Oh, good cut. There it is. You
How
can
do you
make some
not-
abominations.
This is that's 3PO after he ate a pile of dung worms.
Die,
Oh,
die,
God.
Jedi
I
dogs.
don't believe this is sitting right with me. No,
How do you
yeah, the
not
other one was
foresee that
so
GPUs
surprising.
would become more powerful down the line? How do you
A
They
lot of
didn't
old
think people were
games
gonna-
were done that way. They timed the
Stupid.
game based on the power of the hardware. In fact, one of the first ever references to that is Space Invaders. The only reason that game gets harder the more you destroy the little guys is because those items on that are descending on you are taxing the hardware so much that it runs slower. The more you destroy, the faster it can run the game. So that's why they move faster. But it created the concept of progressively more difficult gameplay.
That's funny.
And was like an innovation born out of an accident.
And we got this.
And we
That's
got-
also
and
an
we got
innovation.
that. Listen,
think
the
I did play
90s,
this
the
game.
90s were a weird time.
I think
but
I played this at the
gave us
Museum of
this.
Science.
such a great
Oh,
game.
Anyways,
I played.
There's
an assassin droid that was like it would kill you. It would kill your droid in like the last few levels, like when it ramped up the difficulty. Terrified me as a child.
is it the guy
Oh,
that's
man.
on the cover of the game?
Yeah, actually, I think that was the. No, actually, I think you could build that. I forget what they look like. I kind of
It
blocked
moves
it out.
insanely fast now if you play it on a modern computer.
I let
Just,
my
like,
sisters
instantly
play that
kills your
part.
droid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything's like the timer in the top is going, and it's like a minute, 2 minutes passes by, and it's like it's only been like 15 seconds.
Whoa.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh,
Pick it up at your local electronics
One of the-
boutique right now.
that guy's a Visago droid.
Yeah,
there's some good
basically.
stuff there.
Yeah, yeah.
You could- and it's like now it's like I watch people build actual droids, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a little more complicated than you made it look. But yes,
All right.
yes, my boy.
Drum roll.
Oh my
There he is.
goodness. Dark Forces remaster, baby, which is better than a remake because it means A, it's more likely to actually happen.
Mm.
But
True.
B, like it preserves the integrity of the original. Like the remake of System Shock 1, I think it's needed because that game is way too technical to stay flat 2D. Like it was just, I've tried playing it. I love System Shock 2, hate System Shock 1. So I've got to play the remake. This is the same
BioShock.
developer, it's just why I bring it up. And they're also remaking Quake 2, but the Dark Forces one, it's like 4K textures, widescreen. It's just like, just make it look a little pretty, make it easier for people to play because on modern hardware, you got to modify it in order to get it to run on a PC or play the crappy PS1 version.
I'll
Which
be honest, Jack. I played the crappy PS1 version very recently.
It's tough.
You can't see.
do
Can't see
that.
shit.
stop doing that.
CSS.
Although we've
Stop
learned
it.
my TV that we play on is very dark for
For
these
some
old
reason.
90s
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Talk about
you guys,
Dark Forces.
you guys playing Shadows of the
Shadows,
Empire.
Dark.
I'm like,
Talk about
how-
Shadows of the
what,
Empire.
what is even happening? I just see the blaster bolt when you fire it. I don't even
Dude,
know how
oh,
you're
they didn't
seeing
know
it.
either.
Again, I'm telling you, AJ was playing the
Just
game
like-
and he was literally shooting the blaster off in the hallway just to see like where the walls were. It was that bad. We couldn't see.
That's what it looked
Rendar
like
is literally
for
running
the
around just
stormtroopers.
shooting the
Just like
walls.
he just had carbonite sickness the whole time. He's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that is what it was.
yeah,
It-
no, it's
dude,
ridiculous.
It was unbelievable.
You
I
know,
did
you guys
find
should
out-
try. I was just gonna say we have the random CRT TV now. You guys should try all the old
Ooh.
games on that
Oh,
now
no.
to
It's right
see if we
here.
can actually
Probably
see. Yeah, yeah.
playable.
Let's see if
I forgot Padme was on top.
Beautiful.
as she should be.
Is that a Taco Bell Padme or is that a regular Padme?
It's a. I didn't know what it was at first, but it's a Christmas ornament. You can see
Oh, right.
the focus
Oh,
of the
yeah.
ones, but
I see.
yeah.
I found some mods that honestly trivialize this a little bit on PC, the remaster, because Dark Forces has a really old school control scheme, and it's like you move with the arrow keys, you jump with X, you crouch with C. That was a pretty good idea. You activate stuff with the space bar, and like things have changed now. Like space bars jump, control is your crouch, you move with WASD, like it's a whole thing now. And it's so jarring trying to play this older game. Now it's like there's a mod that gives it like mouse look, lets you play with like WASD, WASD, if you will, and all that. And it's just like it completely changed it and made it way more playable.
You don't think the remaster is going to have that?
I don't know, because like I was really studying the footage to look at it and see, okay, is it just because like in the old game, the other of course I was. The
I
other
need
problem
footage
with
of
it
you studying the
is-
footage.
it was I'll get it to you, don't worry.
Footage of the footage.
There's you had to, I'm gonna pull up my keyboard for this. You had to use the page up and down key to look up and down. Uh-oh. My mic still good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
good.
good.
Yeah, okay. Cool. It's a very, very faulty cable there. But yeah, you had to pitch up and down to shoot. So imagine like you turn, there's a stormtrooper up on a ledge. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm level. It was terrible. It's bad.
So there
I
has
really
to
hope
be
they add mouse look.
that's kind of funny because the PS1 version, one of the things is that we haven't figured out how to look up or down.
Yeah.
So there's probably I didn't know you were able to do that in the game. So now we're gonna have to mess around with the buttons and figure
We'll
out
take
how to
another
look up
whack
and
at
down.
it.
That reminds me. So in the third level, it's like this sewer level. It's filled with Dianogas, and it scarred me as a child because like you're just like in this really dark arena, like
It's like Shadows of the Empire.
I was about to
tunnels
say
and everything, and you're just walking and suddenly Dianoga, and you're just like, fucking God, get out of here. And it's terrifying. You can't see. I'm like using all my ammo just to like see where the hell I'm going. And I remember
Sounds
the
familiar.
girl I was dating at the time, I was like introducing her to Star Wars. I was introducing her to all the Star Wars I loved. And I was like, here, try Dark Forces. Somehow, some way, I got her to play it. And the problem was that she was playing it without me there. So she got to the third level and she's like, I can't get past this one part. It's driving me nuts. Every time I try to jump over this ledge and try to reach over the other platform, I can't do it. And I get in there and I'm like, all right, well, let me try, because I know this game like the back of my hand. And I do it and I hold down the shift key to jump. And I jumped over and I got over there easy. And she's like, there's a shift, there's a run button. Are you kidding me? I'm done with this game. I'm never playing this ever again.
There's a run button.
That's literally me playing
Look
every
up.
single game ever, though. Like in the past few months, I've toggled between like Jedi Survivor, both Red Deads, and like Cyberpunk, and obviously the controls are like massively different for all of those. And it's most jarring jumping over to Survivor because like it's something starts attacking me like the Bedlam Raiders, and I just start like yelling because I don't remember what any of the controls are in Survivor, and then it comes back to me after a while. But good.
I'm always playing some form of like FromSoft game every now and then, and that was the problem with Jedi Survivor. And whenever I'd replay Fallen Orders, I'd be playing like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or something like that. And those games, the shoulder buttons are what you use to attack, but in frickin' Survivor, it's square and triangle.
Jack, that's why you changed the control scheme like I did.
No,
so that the shoulder buttons are attack.
No, you can't do that because
Why?
Survivor was jank on launch. And it literally wouldn't let me tame beasts to fly over.
I keyed it triangle and it worked for me just fine.
It did not work. I'm telling you.
I rearranged the entire control scheme. It was a pain in the ass to do, but I figured it out.
I did too. I found something that felt Dark Soulsy enough to me, and I was like, cool, this is good. And then I got to that part, and the controls and the buggy ass launch version of Survivor was like, no, sorry. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to go back. I've already gone this far.
No bugs over here.
Yeah,
no,
like-
AJ hates bugs.
Well, I do hate bugs. But we also
can I
had no
share that
bugs.
experience of
No,
this evening?
you can't.
Oh,
You can
come
later,
on,
but
come on,
we're
it's
already.
good
Alright.
content.
I want to get to our
Alright.
questions.
Let's
Alright,
talk
alright,
about.
yes.
let's-
We're up
let's talk
against
about
it, as they say in the business.
what?
So, one of our questions we got in, I'm trying to read it now. After Lando reveals he made a deal with the Empire in Empire Strikes Back, Vader stands up in front, up from a set dinner table. Were they, or did they actually have a meal? I mean,
Yes.
Vader did ask Han and the crew to join us. So,
No.
what do we imagine they were eating?
Some Tipia probably to start.
I'm gonna say for Vader, some NutriPaste, just pumped right into his suit.
Okay, is that what they had in?
anything.
Is that what they
I'm
had in
just
Andor
sitting
in the
here.
prison?
He's sitting there at the
Pretty
head of the
much, I think.
table, and they're just pumping like paste, and he's just sitting there like in his mask, and he's just. And they're
Or
just
they-
sitting there really awkwardly,
It's
It's like
Soylent.
intravenous or something. They just like jam it in his arm, and it's like,
and all you just hear him go, "Oh,
ah, that's the good stuff.
I like this."
When's Luke getting here? The problem is
God.
that goddamn Robot Chicken sketch just
Yep.
ruined that.
I was
scene
thinking
for
the same
me.
thing. Same.
You blew up my planet. Ooh.
That is like one of the most like memed scenes at this point
Yeah.
in Star Wars, or like
That and go for Papa Palpatine.
oh yeah.
Go for Papa Pouts.
Okay,
Jesus
What's on an aluminum
Christ.
falcon?
Jamie, what do you think they could have been eating?
I think it was like a nice like a finger foods type spread because it looked like
Ooh.
it was like more of like a buffet type
Do you
like
think
layout.
Lobot can cook?
No.
By the way,
100%.
read
I
the new
mean,
Star Wars
if
comics
you
that have been
could
coming out.
download it.
Lobot's good.
But he's like
Why do you
Neo.
not-
He
why do
could
you not
just like
think he
turn to
could
you and
cook?
go, "I know kung fu."
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't say because he doesn't say anything. But
He'd give
don't
you
know,
the
he-
look, and the look would say, "I know kung fu."
yeah,
I
you'd feel
just
it.
don't
the
think-
cybernetics probably he can probably cook like
Yeah, you can upload any kind of data to that
That's what I'm
cybernetics,
saying.
but
Yeah.
I mean, like, can
Yo-
he cook, or is the
Yes.
cybernetics just like?
There's no difference. There's no
Knowledge is
difference.
one thing. He may not have the dexterity to pull it off, but I feel like if he's the kind of guy who's going around getting the back of his head implanted, I feel like he's the kind of guy who can, filet
I'm
a
sorry.
mignon.
I'm just
There you go.
imagining. I'm just imagining Lando doing the "shut up, let him cook."
I did.
Yeah.
Just imagine Lando saying that.
And then
Let him
Lobot's
cook.
in his little
Trying to do
apron.
my best, like Thompson. Let him cook. He's working.
Was there ever in the comics I was just talking about Dark Droids or whatever that's been
This is a
recently
new
coming out
one.
by Charles
Mhm.
Soule.
Mm.
Lobot has issues going on, and you'll see if you read it. But it's revealed that Lobot has the cybernetics because him and Lando were going on like a heist or something, or going to like rig a card game. And I don't remember exactly because I just read it. But I'll have to go back and look. Was there ever like an old canon reason of why Lobot had the cybernetics, or was
You
it
mean
just kind of like
Legends reason?
yeah,
Old
First of all,
canon.
how dare you?
Old
Watch your
Testament
mouth.
Star Wars?
Old Testament star. Yeah.
Hey, some people get triggered by the term
It's
legends.
the real Wrath of God type stuff.
As far as I
man.
know, no.
Anyways, I just
don't
thought that was
remember.
interesting.
No
I
idea.
every time I think about like old legend stories, my mind just goes to goddamn Skippy. So like I'm used to
Yeah.
Skippy, man.
But Skippy was never canon even in Legends. But it is
Yeah, you're right.
unfortunate that he has been lumped into that continuity.
It was a
Well,
fun
the
tale.
old legends was kind of a mess to take, like,
it
and,
was.
like make sense of the different little letter tiers and everything.
Different letter
like,
tiers, like the Marvel comics weren't canon because they were overwritten by Legends continuity, and then Legends had like the Tales, which weren't canon, and then
The video
when
games
Clone
were on
Wars
their own
came out,
tier.
they wiped out the Clone Wars MMP. So it was like
Oh god, yeah.
just 1.5 million different. And then of course the Force Unleashed did the same thing, even though half the developers were saying, "Oh, this is not canon," and the other were like, "No, it is." And it's like, well,
What is it?
you made a
Yeah,
book.
Make up your mind.
Like you made a book
Yeah.
for it. I'm assuming it's an important story, and then it just completely rewrites the origins of the rebellion and all that. So there was
They were
always a
constantly-
mess of continuity in there.
Yeah, they were constantly stepping on each other's feet. I mean, like, it wasn't until I just learned this today or the other day when the Dark Forces news broke. I knew that for the longest time in Legends that there were like 6 different ways that, or 16 or something like that, different instances where the Death Star plans were stolen.
Yeah, dude, it's
And
ridiculous. Lethal
what they did,
Alliance.
They made it
Lethal weapon?
this like specific thing where like Kyle stole like the defense mechanisms and like some systematic stuff, and then like the prisoners who escaped the Death Star in the Battlefront 2 campaign mission where they go to Palos Massa to transmit that data.
Yep.
That was like another part of the data. Like the Death Star plans was like this amalgamation of like
they got
several
around
different pieces.
And again,
And I was like, okay, all right.
Ever play the game Lethal Alliance with the Twi'lek and the droid?
Oh, it's
Twi'lek
on
with the metal
PSP,
Lego?
right?
Yeah, it was on
No.
PSP and DS, and I played the
No.
hell out of that game. Great game.
That
They
game
steal the
reviewed
Death Star's
terribly.
plans
I never
in
touched
that.
it.
They
My
steal the Death
PSP
Star plans
exploded.
in that
They
game
do.
too.
There's a book where Han helped steal part of it, or no, it was an Empire at War mission. There's a
So,
lot of it was
totally what the title crawl for A New Hope was referring to when they say that, they stole the Death Star plans.
from a secret hidden base. Yeah,
Yeah, 16 secret hidden bases.
Danuta at least
16
made
different teams.
sense.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
let us move
How
on.
do we get here from the Empire dinner?
Legends.
That was impressive. Anyway,
Let's take us back. Jack, you have a Disney trip coming up, right?
I do.
This next question is just for you. I have 2 Disney food questions.
okay.
What is your favorite treat or food? I guess that's the same thing at Disney.
Oh,
This is for
just
all of
Disney
us,
in
but you can
general,
go first.
Oh, this is all for all of
or
us.
shit. Okay, well,
I'll go first. Churro.
Yeah,
Churro.
Sorry.
churro. I've
Yep.
never had a Disney churro. I'm gonna change that.
Oh, you
next
got to
time.
get one. Go snag one.
Churro. Disney
I'm gonna
is the
spend $15
reason
and get a churro.
churros are as famous as they are.
Oh, for sure.
Disneyland
Yeah.
selling churros is the reason why churros became a popular like
It's the
snack.
tale
in
as old as
America.
time.
Like
Makes sense.
legitimately, like they're tied together. So like the Disney churros are like the OG,
I'm gonna get
like
a
mass
churro,
produced churros.
and I'm gonna treat it like a Wendy's and a Frosty with fries. I'm just gonna dunk it in Dole Whip.
do
Just
it.
like dunk it in the
Oh,
blue milk
no.
slushy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
milk
having
slushy
that on
would
tap
probably not be good.
on the Halcyon was
Might
freaking
be.
incredible. It wasn't a
never know.
slushy, but it was just like cold blue milk and green milk. It was just like, give me more, oh more, oh more. My favorite treat was actually from there, and it only because I'm sure this will change after I go. But they on the Halcyon had this bubble waffle style grilled cheese with tomato soup, and I wasn't feeling very well. Abby wasn't either, but we both could just like have that over and over again. It was incredible, and I'm like going to buy a bubble waffle and recreate it because I'm going to be chasing that dragon for the rest of my life.
I don't know. I don't even know what a bubble waffle is.
You've never had a
A
bubble?
really
Not-
poofy waffle.
I'm not surprised.
No.
They're really good. They're like little
That's
bubble pieces. It's like imagine bubble wrap, but if it was a waffle.
Okay.
And you can like usually you find it wrapped in a cone with ice cream. If you go to like Chinatown, definitely check it out. It's incredible.
All right.
But yeah, they made a grilled cheese, and it was everything I wanted.
Jamie, what's
Jamie's
your
getting
favorite Disney
attacked.
treat?
No, I thought I heard something outside, but
I did too. But
I don't
Jamie's
know.
hearing
moving on.
UFOs.
okay, glad I wasn't the only one to hear it at least. So that's good.
What
Favorite Disney treat? I mean, like
Has to be the Main Street hot dogs, right, AJ?
When we went to Star Wars night in what year was Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim?
2022.
2022.
last year.
I don't know what year it is. When we went to Star Wars night, AJ and I went to go get like some of like the fun like Star Wars
Themed
themed
food.
food.
Mhm.
And
wait in line for an hour.
Matt and the
Get the
crew
food.
10
just
minutes.
going at hot dogs on Main Street, and we're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
We didn't want to wait an hour for food.
And then at that point, we were all like really hungry and angry anyway with each other. So we were all like, just go get your hot
We
dogs
just
and like
split
just do
up.
your own
We
thing.
just
We
come
Shut up
were
and have
so
your
mad at
dogs.
each other, just like split up for like half the night. Nothing against hot dogs at Main Street, but like if it's Star Wars night, like what
nothing.
have a hot
Go
dog
get a
Nothing-
Ronto wrap, you
Yeah.
dingus.
I've never had a Ronto wrap.
We tried to
That-
get one.
We tried to get one, but it didn't work out. We got something else. I'm about to. But I think that my favorite like classic Disney treat is like this is so silly. It's just a basic like a chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich, but it like looks like Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I remember having those when I was really small in Florida. and that was like my favorite treat the entire weekend or entire time we were there. And I remember getting that each time. So that's just like a nostalgia one for me.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'll also say the corn. There's like a specific place that does corn dogs. I think in Magic Kingdom or Epcot. I gotta track it down before we go because I remember having one when I was a kid. It was my first ever corn dog. No corn dog has ever compared. And
It's like the bubble waffle.
It's
How it
ruined
goes.
corn dogs for you.
Matt, what was your or what?
No, I
is
said
your...
churro.
Oh, you did?
Because I like the churros, or maybe
the lightsaber churros too.
maybe the Dole Whip.
Oh, that
But
sounds fun.
specifically the
Classic.
vanilla ice cream they sell at the Dole Whip place. It tastes different than
There's
every
a
other vanilla ice
non-pineapple
cream on planet Earth. Yeah, just vanilla
You could
ice
just
cream.
get plain
didn't know that.
vanilla.
They
Wow.
sell it at the Dole Whip stand, and it tastes immaculate. And it tastes like nothing else on this planet in terms of vanilla ice cream. It's great. It's a great
Oh,
cone.
Interesting.
Gideon's, any of their cookies. I will sometimes harass people who are going to Disney who I know will put up with it to like if they're going to go to Gideon's. I'm like, hey, can you get me a couple cookies? I don't care what state they're in when I get them as long as they're like
As long as
list
they're
of
edible.
cookies there. Yeah. Man.
The next Disney food question was: have you eaten at Docking Bay 9?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Matt,
I
we
got
had
the
a heated
Ronto
discussion
roaster.
with Matt. But yeah, go Jack.
I got the Ronto wrap and I wanted to take a bite, but I have indigestion issues, chronic illness, and so it's like sometimes it's just like, nope, sorry, I don't care where you are. And it affected my whole halcyon trip. I'm like teetering between okay and not okay, and I'm like, I need can you just calm down enough for me to enjoy this Disney trip? Because like that last time I was completely untreated, so at least I have some form of like medication this time around. But like I remember looking at the Ronto wrap and be like, yeah, you're probably great someday.
It's not gonna happen today.
I just didn't eat it. I just wasted.
What did we say to the god of Ronto
$15.
wraps? Not today.
Not
Not today.
Wish I could have. Wish I
Sad.
could have.
Jamie and I have eaten at Docking Bay 9. I forget
Yep.
what we got, Jamie. It was something that we've made in the cookbook, but it was a little different.
Yeah, it
really
was
good, though. If you go to Batu, make sure you stop by there. Even just get like a soda or something. It just looks cool in there.
just get the soda.
They have like
Yeah.
I think they have like a gunship table, like something like that.
You know what? I
It's
might have
very cool in
actually.
there.
Is there only one restaurant in Galaxy's Edge, and is that Docking Bay 9?
Sit down. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so I
it's
have
still
eaten
quick
there.
service, but like it is.
You have?
You
Wow.
pick
I
up your
had-
stuff and you sit down.
The nuggets and broccoli.
So you have eaten there.
You ate broccoli.
I ate. I like broccoli's the only vegetable I like.
You wouldn't
One
eat broccoli if it was deep fried in chocolate sauce.
That's. I am not Newman. I do like broccoli. I love broccoli. Actually. Like
I do too.
legitimately. I put ketchup on it, but it's still great.
Okay,
It was
to start.
cool. I had to do missions running around Batu on like the day they throw you in the park for the morning to do like the rides and stuff as part of the whole
Throw
experience.
you in the park.
Yep.
Like, get out there. It's like, but it's hot. Shut up. You chose this. You paid for this. They had like cold towels and stuff, and I was like, ooh, I feel so fancy. And like now, like when I go back, I'm gonna be like behind and like, I was you once.
That's the
They had
hack, though. Like, bring your own like little like washcloth towels. And then...
Were they like
No
the
one says
Mickey
you can't.
towels? Like
they were just
the
white
hotels
towels, but they
have?
were
Okay.
they were frozen, so it felt great.
That's
And they had
nice.
water
not
bottles
immersive.
for you. The other
That's
thing
not
was
immersive.
like I was doing a mission and I like brought my data pad over to the docking, like the Ronto roaster, like the engine that's just going off.
Yeah.
And I did the thing that I was supposed to do. And like in the universe, it's like, oh, you got to go shut off the engine to like cause a distraction or some shit like that. And I was like, nothing's going to happen in my head. I'm like, it's not like I'm going to do anything by having done this little thing. I did the thing. And then the engine shut down. And I was like, oh, I did that. Oh, that's cool.
Jack, you broke
that is
it.
cool.
I
Did you get the
break it.
Dianoga to pop out? Speaking of your fear earlier, and then you're the water
I-
cooler.
I've seen that fucker. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw him
love
the
that.
first time. Hate him.
It's,
Hate him. Want to break
He's,
that
he's
thing
got his
down.
eye out for. Okay.
that,
Glad there's no
cool
rancors
details like that.
involved.
There are.
It's crazy.
That rancor and Survivor, I was like, let's go, bro. You're going
was
down
so-
for every time I've been eaten as Mara Jade. By
Did you know you
these
could throw the
things.
bone at his mouth? I didn't know that until like after I beat the game. You could force through the
What?
bone. You could
Clearly,
grab-
I did not.
It would stop him for like 2 seconds. The bone would get stuck in his mouth. But yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
they
Right?
would
my
snap
God.
it immediately, but
That was a tough boss. That was like a
That
Bloodborne
rancor
level boss.
pissed me
of,
off.
like-
That was the Ogdo
Ugh.
Bogdo all over again for me
It
because I
was.
stumbled on him so early, and again, it's one of those things where I Once I'm in, I can't leave. There's
No,
no
you
friggin'
gotta
way.
beat them.
Oh man!
So I spent like
I would have left.
20 minutes getting really friggin' angry at the beginning
That's
of
very
Survivor,
satisfying
just like in Fallen Order.
That and the Ravis fight.
I never found
the two different
Ogdo
parts.
until like my third playthrough, and I was looking for him.
Wow.
Like, I
Did you
never had that
find
experience with him.
The new Ogdo Bogdo? The spawn of
No,
Bogdo?
I have not
Spawn
seen
of Ogdo?
Spawn of
Bogdo.
Ogdo yet. I gotta go find his ass and beat him up.
That's how you unlock the ponchos. You need to find the spawn of Ogdo.
Ah, the
Yeah.
ponchos.
And then-
that's right.
You get a rift where you fight the spawn of Ogdo and the Ogdo Bogdo. And that's just
All right,
hell.
bring it on. Nothing
Yeah.
will beat the headless ape from Sekiro.
There you
Bring it
go.
on, bitch.
All right, who wants to play,
I do.
as I blow into my mic, Star Wars conversation cards?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Yeah.
So I've grabbed 4. I haven't really looked at them. Let's start with, I'll just shuffle them up and I'll grab a few. We'll probably do more than 4.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
All right. Number 125, which is hilarious because that's
That's how many there are.
the
That's
final
how many
card.
cards there are. You shuffle these
Uh,
things?
Kinda. No, not really. Princess Leia works tirelessly to make life in the galaxy better. If you were member of the Imperial or New Republic Senate, what cause? Hey, New Republic Matt. What cause would you champion?
Should I be Mon Mothma and talk about the Gormans? Like a lot. Like I love the Gormans. Let's think. This is a good
what
question.
cause would you champion? So you could go Imperial this way, but are we talking like OT Imperial?
Yes. What other Imperial?
What other
are there?
Imperial would there be?
Yeah, that's the Empire. There's
Like,
like
yes.
the First Order and the Republic.
What would you
Pick,
call?
pick, pick.
Yeah,
The First Order
when they
didn't
come
have a
back.
Senate.
Imperial
Oh, yeah,
Remnant,
that's
but that's
true,
still
they
the
did.
Empire.
The Senate was
And
just Kylo yelling at everybody.
Yeah. The Supreme Leader.
I would go with something simple that's just like the making it's just more not sustainable energy, making better recycling on Coruscant or some sort of like green
Wow.
practices and cleaning up the streets in that sense.
Cleaning up the streets of Coruscant. Good friggin'
But in like
luck.
an actual like
Hmm.
cleaning way. I'm not talking like Batman style here. I'm talking
Clean up,
But
Well,
you'd
don't
become
get
the
me-
Batman
Braca.
of Coruscant. Clean up
Yeah.
Braca? No friggin' way.
No.
Let's make it. Let's make Braca a
Pass.
landfill and turn it
There
into
you
a
go.
sanctuary.
Yeah, sure. I'd lobby for that.
The sanctuary moon.
This entire planet is one big landfill. Let's fix that.
I would like to champion the militarization of Naboo. They've been picked on one too many times. I think it's time they change their peaceful ways. Let's knock that shit off, guys.
What is that?
Matt,
Oh,
what
I
is
remember you-
that?
You bought
Let me
that
put on
jacket. I forgot about
my
that.
New Republic Senate jacket here.
Yeah,
that I
you
bought
just-
at
Oh,
Galaxy's
nice.
Edge
You
that
just
I've
joined
had
the Senate. I forgot
on
about
this.
that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
love
I was
that.
so jazzed.
You didn't
I
get
was
me
like,
one?
Thrilled. It was quite expensive. I should have.
Hey, you got me.
Next
enough.
time I
you
go.
got me stuff. You got me stuff. Don't worry about it. You're good.
If the three of you need anything, from you still got to pay the money. But
We'll
like,
exchange notes.
True.
if you
Only
need something,
money.
you let me know.
They probably have other stuff there now too for the New Republic, but I was just so like jazzed to see New Republic merch, like official Star Wars, like Galaxy's Edge New Republic stuff. I was like, holy crap!
Matt is the Senate.
I am the Senate.
So Jamie would clean up Coruscant.
Yep.
Jack would give Naboo a military. Matt, did you said you beat Mon Mothma, but you just copied something.
Yeah,
I
What's
no,
was
the
I-
serious
original?
about that.
well now that I'm the
It's-
New Republic Senate, let's think here. What would I want to?
I want to do something for the Gungans, but I can't think of something.
You want to do something?
I
for
would
the
champion
Gungans?
fair security on the hyperspace lanes, just making sure that there's like checkpoints in case you're worried about raiders, pirates, that sort of thing. Just because
good
it's
one.
been 200 years since that rustling up in the High Republic days doesn't mean we can't shore
Yeah.
up them hyperspace lanes.
Don't want to fall asleep.
So
at the
I wonder
wheel with
what's
that.
going on out there.
You know what? I'm gonna go with my cause is gonna be I'm gonna try to make Kashyyyk the New Republic capital.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Wild.
campaign for Kashyyyk to become the New Republic capital.
You speak on behalf of the trees and the Wookiees?
You know what I'm doing?
That's
I need a bushier mustache,
what Kashyyyk needs, infrastructure.
and I need to rhyme.
I was gonna do something really nice and like help the Geonosians out or something, even though there's only like 2
There's
left.
no Geonosians left.
I was gonna
dude.
give them like a new planet, nice place. There's 2 Geonosians. There's Click Clack and
They got the queen egg.
The queen
Yeah,
the queen
Click
is
Clack
killed
and the
by
queen.
Darth Vader in the
Oh.
Darth Vader comics.
Oh, that's
And
right.
Oh,
the
shit.
queen does not produce any offspring. So
So,
All right.
so
good thing
the
I'm not
happy
choosing
ending that
that.
Click Clack gets in Rebels is completely undone when Vader shows up to Geonosis and kills
It's a good thing I'm
the
not
last
choosing
queen.
that because I'm bringing back pod racing.
Woo!
The New Republic
All
pod
right.
You're gonna
is-
legalize
I'm bringing it back.
Legalizing
Legalizing it.
pod racing.
Yeah, the Empire made it illegal. Right?
legalize pod racing.
Racing. I like it. That's
I'm gonna make
great.
the t-shirts. Legalize pod racing.
You
Bring
can
it
you
back.
can have your you can have all your races on Kashyyyk. That'll be tough. It's a lot of
Eh,
trees.
A lot of pollution. I don't want to.
That would bring a lot of pollution.
Yeah, there'd be a
Yeah.
lot
I was
of.
about to
There's a
say.
lot
Don't
of
need
wildlife.
that.
All those. You don't want those spiders getting caught in your engine.
Who cares about the spiders?
They're big. I'm just talking about the physical hazard. You're gonna get.
They're
You're gonna
big.
blow up.
Oh, yeah, we're not going there. I don't like spiders. So
AJ, can I tell the story
Spiders.
from earlier tonight?
I'll tell the story
Come
from earlier
on,
today.
tell the story.
Very briefly. We have like the Amazon Blink cameras or whatever at a couple of our doors, and something went off last night and today, and I was like, "What was that?" It was in the corner, and it looks like it's like night vision splinter cell because it's nighttime. And it looked like legs or something, and I guess it was just a spider. But I'm like, was it a huge spider or was it just like a little one on the lens? And I'm looking out the window, like, where the hell is it?
He was
We're-
freaking out. He
He's-
even
he
he
sent
even messaged me.
Yeah, he sent in Matt
I
the
knew that-
video, and
I've sent
I'm
Matt
like
a lot of
standing.
things.
I'm standing there, and
That's
I'm
true.
holding like a pin back, and I'm like, all right, put this up against like your phone. See how close that is. See how big it is on your screen. What do you think is happening here?
AJ
Yeah.
AJ learning that things get bigger when they're
No,
closer.
I
to
know
you.
they do.
Well, Blink cameras
But-
But it looked
specifically
weird.
have wide lenses.
They
Yeah.
do
So
very
and
wide.
everything on the edges are very distorted for that very reason because it's warping everything to show you more. That's
But what else would it be? He thinks there's like a chupacabra like running around like outside. Like this,
It could
Hey,
be an ice.
this poor
spider.
guy turns off all the
Ooh, that's
lights
it.
in the house and is looking out the window.
You
like
could see
like
better
he's
when the lights are off
terrified,
inside.
What if it's a
obviously.
baby
But I-
Acklay?
But I
That's
thought
it.
he like saw something out there, not just like a
Sheila
bug
herself
on
was
the window.
outside.
Yep.
That bitch.
Hey, I'll have you
Or
know, 2
Chad
weeks ago,
Ungoliant.
2
Think
weeks
about
ago, I
that.
saw the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life
That's Ungoliant.
in a store when I'm buying a Gatorade, and I don't want to see it again.
I've seen a
Well,
Black
it wasn't-
Widow. They're so much smaller in person. Good lord.
Oh yeah, those are tiny, but this thing was. Anyways,
Bird eaters.
pod racing's coming back. Matt is
Kashyyyk's going to be the capital of the New Republic.
yeah. Jack's giving.
Have you
what's
talked to
her
the
in
Wookiees
Naboo?
about
What's
this?
No,
No. Secure hyperlanes.
that? I like. Oh yeah,
What
that
did
was
you-
it.
What
Jamie,
was
what did you have?
Jamie's?
Oh, you cleaned up
The-
Coruscant.
clean up
Coruscant.
Coruscant streets, literally.
I'm not
This was
doing a
great.
reverse
Literally.
Mandalore.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 42 in the stack.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, the answer to life, universe, and everything.
Also, I
There you
brought up
go.
Dodge's
Ah.
comment there. Hello, Dodge.
Yes, hello,
Dodge.
Dodge.
Hello.
Hopefully, we'll speak with you sometime soon. Hope all is well. A friend gives you a Kowakian monkey lizard as a pet.
Oh god.
Do you keep it around to laugh at your jokes, like Jabba the Hutt did, or do you rehome it with someone else?
Oh, I keep
Oh,
it.
I'd keep
Yeah,
that.
I
son of
keep
a
it.
bitch.
That's an
Are
easy
you
one.
kidding?
I'm keeping it.
It'd be tough at first, but after having two noisy cats, it's pretty good to have a pet to riff off of. You know,
Would the
Having
monkey lizard
someone
get along with the cats?
To laugh with me and my
I
jokes.
think so. There's a chance he might try to eat one. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
play it by
then-
ear.
And they'd like smack him around, and he'd be like not there for it, and so
He'd
he'd
jump
learn
on
his
the ceiling.
place. He'd learn
Yeah,
his
that's
place.
true.
They say as a pet, but like, couldn't it be like
They're intelligent. That's
They're
not
Yeah,
fair
like you-
to them.
you
Almost
could call it on the
instant,
phone
right?
and be like, "Hey, can you start the oven up? Can you preheat the oven?"
Would you ask a Kowakian monkey lizard and expect it to actually do it?
Would you
If- or-
trust a Kowakian monkey lizard to turn
if it
on the
just
oven
did-
when you're not home?
I'm just
If it did
picturing the
do it,
one
it would crank it to 500.
getting spit roasted while the other one watches like,
Like, could you have
hey,
it do your
can
laundry
you
for
turn
you?
can you turn the oven on for me?
I can't believe they thought like, hey, you know, why don't we just we shouldn't have it laugh at the other one. Instead, we're gonna have it
Who's
look
crying?
inferior. What?
Yeah.
No, that's worse. That makes me feel worse. Oh, well.
The monkey lizards. Hey, but now they live in the trees.
Yeah, they're living a good life.
Yeah.
All right, so that was an easy one. That was a layup. We all said yes.
Yeah, that was a quick one. The other one took
Yeah,
a
that
lot of
was.
thought.
If you were a scoundrel in the galaxy far, far away, would you
Drugs.
rather work as a smuggler or a bounty
Drugs.
hunter, and why?
Smuggler.
You want to move
Smuggler.
spice?
Yeah.
Are you just like
I would
muttering
move
drugs?
I would
Drugs.
move antiquities and rare things like
For Luthen?
Andor. Yeah, like Luthen. Thank you. I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Yeah.
Luthian, and I'm like, no, that's LeChance.
Luthen.
That's Oblivion. Wrong series.
Lucian.
Fix it, Lucian. Thank you. Well, it's Luthian if you have a lisp. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
True. Okay.
Spice has a lot of medicinal purposes, so I'm moving spice.
Yeah. Okay.
But only in a medicinal.
You want to
Tell
help
that to the
people?
Wookiee
way.
slaves.
Tell that to Leox Jossi and his
Yeah.
need for
I
medicinal
lo-
spice to become
man.
legalized.
I loved Leox.
And
I
General
can't
Pred.
wait.
I
for
love
phase
Leox.
3
He's still
of,
around.
I
Yeah,
forgot
I
he
can't
was
wait for
champion
phase
that.
3.
He is awesome. So I would be. Is this like realistic?
So as yourself, if it was you,
I'd be a smuggler. I wouldn't be able to hunt people down
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I would
or
also want
arrest
to be a
them.
smuggler.
Or not arrest them, but bring them in. Bring them in hot or bring them in cold. Bring them in
Yeah.
warm. Bring them in cold.
Chad,
Or
Bring him in
Chad's
hot.
right.
Bring-
Chad's right. Baron and Luthian,
Yeah.
the OG elf and human couple.
True.
In Lord of the Rings. Well, in Lord of the Rings lore. Actually,
Here
he
we
does
go.
talk. Doesn't he talk about them in the movies in the extended version? He talks about Baron and Luthian, right?
Probably.
Sure.
The only
What-
thing I feel like that did get a mention was Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil did not get a mention, but Baron and Luthian,
did not.
he sings like the song, right, Chad? Help me out.
Shut up.
So, what is your favorite Ray moment?
Ooh, that's
Let's
a really good
see.
question.
There's a lot of good ones.
I think that offhand, asking me like that, I think my favorite moment is when she lifts all the rocks on Crate
At the end of TLJ.
and
yeah.
saves everyone.
That's a good
And no one knew that she was. Well, they knew she was on the planet, but they didn't know. All hope was lost. Period. And like she found the strength that she needed in order to save everyone, and to show herself as well that like she could do this and like actually make a difference.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's kind of like the not the apotheosis of her arc, but it's one of the big moments of her arc. I might be making a video about Ray's arc at some point soon. So
Yeah,
keep a
you better get on
lookout.
that.
Look
Yeah,
out
I'm
for
excited
that,
for that.
guys.
Matt or Jack,
Um,
what do you got?
I really like when she hits Luke on the head. Not really.
That's your moment.
No.
That is good. It is a good moment.
It is a good moment. But
Hey,
it's
you
not.
old man.
She just
Um,
whacks him right across the back of the head.
I mean, I love when she just confronts Snoke like fearlessly. That's not my favorite, but that's just coming to mind at the moment.
Such spunk.
All these
I-
Last Jedi moments.
I really love the "Be With Me" moment. I
That
love
is a
the
good one.
that Ray's theme, the song they played during that too, is maybe my favorite version of that theme. And just hearing all the voices.
Hmm.
You know what? I'm going
I
to be
really-
controversial here, and I'm going to say this seriously. My favorite Rey moment would probably be when she keeps screwing up all the caretakers' things at the First Jedi Temple. When she shoots the wall, or when she knocks over their cart, and they keep looking at her like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you
Mhm.
destroying our stuff?" And she can't she doesn't know how to
It just happens.
talk to them, so it's just like, I'm really sorry I keep doing this.
Hmm.
That's
a
probably
good
my-
one.
It's because it's like a
a fun
humanizing,
one.
funny moment. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people
Yeah.
don't really mesh with some of the humor, but I think the caretakers are some of the funniest additions to Star Wars. I love the caretakers, and I love Rey's interactions with them.
Yeah. Jack, what about you?
I would say I really love her interactions with Han.
Yeah.
Like, it really is a crime what happened in Force Awakens. Like, I know Harrison barely wanted to be in it in the first place, but like, god damn it. It was just so nice having him back, and just him
Hey,
and
man.
Chewie being all grumpy, and then like watching Rey actually like impress him. Like, I bypassed the couplet. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, like, that's just
They had a great
some good
relationship
moments.
for like
He's
yeah,
he's the
couple
mentor
days.
figure. He has to die. That's the
Yeah.
role the mentor figure takes.
I don't
And let's
care.
not-
It happens.
Speaking of Force Awakens, let's not forget like the moment she gets the lightsaber at the end of the movie like, through the snow, like,
Yep.
and fights Kylo. Like when she first grabs that in the theater, I was like shitting my pants. Like that was
Everybody was.
We knew it was coming in a way, but like that was like, oh, here we go. Like that was so cool.
I'm gonna be
sad that
honest.
that moment to defend, but I did love that moment for Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. But
I honestly was one of those people in the theater. I was a very different person in 2015 when watching The Force Awakens than I am now, because I was one of those people in the theater that thought the Force pull was going to be Luke, like the saber was going to go to Luke instead of Rey. Because I was a very different person in 2015. You remember all my hot takes about The Force Awakens in 2015? Like I was like, oh, I hate Kylo.
Maybe.
Kylo needs to die because he killed
that
Han.
one.
Stuff like that. Now I'm like, phew, far and away looking back at that guy, like, man,
Who was that?
who the hell was that? Although one of the things I've always maintained is Snoke is a smelly guy. I don't like him. He's boring.
It's a
He probably
smelly
is very
guy.
smelly. Imagine how
He's
bad he
very
smells.
smelly. Yeah.
Fresh out of
Well,
the tank.
it's that clone. Well, no, it's that bad clone juju. You know.
Wait, this
Mine
was,
is when she slid down the sand dune. When
That is really
we
good.
First met her
With the
yeah.
scavenger
Yeah.
I agree,
theme.
Chad. That's
yeah.
a good one, Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
good.
man. That's a great theme.
The
Like, it's one of the best
scavenger
parts
is a
of the
better
sequels.
version of Ray's theme than Ray's theme on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both great, but you're probably right. The introduction to Rey was awesome. Just like the goggles, taking them off in the Star Destroyer. As Matt has said before, Rey is a relic, or how'd you put it?
She's a disposed relic of the Empire amongst other disposed relics of the Empire.
On Jakku, yeah, which is
On
just like
Jakku.
really cool. So, our next one, number 94. I didn't know these had like themes on or things on the back. Technology, the Force, characters. So this one is: you're facing a Sith with your lightsaber in hand. Which dark side warrior would you choose to duel and why? So if you want to win, you probably choose like some bozo, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
Rick
I'm
the
sorry.
Door
I kind of like
technician.
You
completely
spaced
like
out.
yeah. You said Sith and my brain just like left my
You-
body.
You are facing a Sith. You have a lightsaber and you're facing a Sith.
Uh-huh.
Which dark side warrior? So which Sith are you dueling and why? Big part of the question.
I'm fucked no matter what.
Who's like,
Does Rick the Door technician count?
He's not a Sith.
Not that
You don't know
of.
that. You
Well,
don't know
technically,
that.
You can't
You're
even
right.
say Kylo, right? Because it
No.
says Sith, but then it says dark side warrior. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
but it's.
Yeah,
I think the
I-
question is asking about Sith. So
Yeah.
I would count anyone who's on the dark side.
Yeah.
That being said, I would pick the Inquisitor that's on Malachor with like 3 fingers because that
yeah,
guy's
the eighth
dope.
brother,
Yeah,
the dopey ass.
I think
eighth
I could
brother.
take him.
yeah, he's a bozo.
Yeah,
think I
he
could
is.
take him.
He's the biggest bozo on the planet. I'll take him.
Hmm.
I got to pick somebody. I've always said this, and I will continue to say this. If I had Force powers and I was in a duel with somebody, the easiest thing for me to do would just be to like use the Force to twist the other person's balls and just win, like immediately. Just to testicular torsion them just into oblivion. So I
You
got
use
to
the
pick a. I
Schwartz-
gotta
That's
pick
out here
somebody with
going. That's my
balls."
purse.
Are you saying I can choose Dark Helmet because you're
know you.
using like Spaceballs level
Yeah.
of tactics?
Look, I'm
Dark side
sorry.
user.
That's got to be a done. That's got to be something you can do. Why wouldn't it be something you could do? You just got to think really hard about the other guy's balls while you're fighting him, and
Wow.
and you can twist them.
All right.
What do you wowing about? I got.
I was wowing that, but I'm also trying
I
to
don't
look up.
know.
I don't
Probably
think anything can
Darth
follow
Maul.
that up.
because he
How
lost
do you?
to a
What do
Padawan.
I?
So
What do you say to that?
I could probably take him.
So who did you choose?
I'm not
I'm
disagreeing
picking Darth
with you.
Maul pre getting cut in half, so he still
Darth
has his balls. So Darth
So
Darth
Maul
you're gonna-
balls.
from
Okay.
episode 1.
Oh my!
So you can use your
goodness.
ball technique. I get
So
it.
I can use the hidden ball technique that I've
The
mastered
hidden ball.
after
the
years
hidden
of
ball.
thinking of everybody's balls.
Much
How
like
much thought
force
have you put
healing,
into this?
just no one's ever thought of it in like eons.
Well, people definitely thought of
Oh
it, but I'm the one who's going to master it.
All right. The question isn't what power would you use. It's who you'd fight. So you chose Darth Maul.
It's Darth
Well, we
Balls.
definitely confirmed he's going to use the ball squeeze test.
Yes.
Can I borrow that? Can you teach me that
Go
one?
ahead.
Jamie,
don't
who did you
practice
choose?
on me.
I forgot this whole conversation after.
Oh,
I
got
I
one.
picked
I
the
got
eighth
one.
brother.
Oh,
the
eighth brother,
Random Inquisitor.
Maul.
Yeah.
I got one, and it's the
Okay.
best one, and it's a pretty good one. I choose a Moff Gideon Force-sensitive clone
Oh.
You're not a
because
Alright.
fine.
that's a Dark Force user. If he
You're
was
right.
allowed to flourish,
You're right.
absolutely would have been, and I would have kicked his ass.
You're fighting a guy in a tube.
So that's good.
That is
I like
good.
that.
That's
Alright,
the only
AJ.
one that I'm like,
I'm
I
gonna-
could actually win.
I'm using the hidden ball technique,
Hidden ball
and
technique.
I'm battling someone I've battled before.
What are you doing?
Darth Bandon from KOTOR. This guy was the biggest bozo of them
Oh
all.
my god, I forgot about him. What a dope.
Why did you have this?
Oh, I forgot about
I
video
went
games.
to
Can
go
change
find
it?
it, but
I could probably take a Reborn. Those guys are chumps.
this guy looks like he was in like
Oh my
Limp Bizkit or something.
something. I forgot about him because he's like there for 2 seconds and then he's gone. You
He's the
never
first
see him
Sith you
ever
fight.
again.
Yeah.
That's
You don't
brilliant.
fight him.
Brandon.
You run past him.
I think he tracks you down later again. But
Does
I
he?
could-
And do
I
you
think
kick him in the
so.
balls?
basically,
if,
Does he
can.
have
if you
balls?
well, you have to. It's like the third tier on the skill tree. Like you have to invest in 2
Yeah.
other feats to be able to do that. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
right after double lightning or whatever.
That's
Yeah,
the first
it goes.
thing.
It goes
There
one
he is.
lightning. It goes 2 lightning, and then it goes ball squeeze.
Look at this guy.
That's the first thing I'd ask. You got balls? If he says yes,
Are they related? You can't be sure. There's no way to tell.
Any game devs listening? Let us know. That's the Marauder special.
It
I'm
is.
giving
That
that. I'm
reminds
giving
me
that
of
to you
the,
for free.
There must
Giving
be
that to you
Jedi
for free.
Outcast and Jedi Academy. You can turn on saber realistic combat to 1 instead of 0, and basically you can take a lightsaber and just like walk up to a stormtrooper and they'll fall apart. Like
Yeah,
it
and just hold it
turns
out
the
and it
dismemberment physics to all.
Like Obi-Wan walking up the stairs in Episode 3 when he's slicing through the droids. He's not even moving his lightsaber. He's literally just like holding it out and slicing through them.
yeah,
I love that. That's
the paper.
exactly what I would do too. Have you ever seen the mod where you could do that in Jedi Survivor? So it's like insanely brutal and like Cal just looks like totally evil because he's just literally like dicing people
Chopping
up
them
like
up.
friggin' salami.
You know what's pretty
Dead
nice?
Salami. What?
They give you cards with this, but they also give you this little booklet that you can like with. It's the same questions, but in book form that you can bring like
Oh.
on the road.
Take it in the car.
Nice.
with
Oh, that
you.
is cool.
I was
I
wondering
thought you
what
were
this
about
was.
to sass us. Forget
I
about
also
topic.
No, I also need to share that Amazon shipped this to me today, and it's totally Darth Bandon on the side. So I'm probably gonna return it and get another one because I want it sealed together. But time for one more, or
Oh, do one more.
yeah, let's squeeze it.
we're at about an hour. One more.
more.
All right.
Squeeze one more, like I
Dig deep.
squeeze Darth
Like
Maul's balls.
this balls.
What category do we want? The Force, the Galaxy,
Son of a bitch.
technology.
Surprise me,
Okay.
random.
All right. Well, they're all like grouped
Use the
together.
force, and I don't mean the force section. Just
I'll
like
grab
use the
2
Force.
and see which one's better.
There you go. That's the force.
Yeah. You can,
Think.
but you can't. All right. We've already talked about fears tonight. We're not doing that one. So you can live. I hear a cat.
You can live.
You can live. You can live in the Star Wars galaxy, but there's a catch. You can't be human. Which alien species do you pick? This is great.
I don't want to be a Twi'lek because male Twi'leks
Abednito,
Are
baby.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Ooh, Abednito's a good choice. I'd have a built-in little mustache thing, like mouth fronds.
Hey, we were both Abednitos in Squadrons,
That's true. I was the old Abednito who was like, hey.
and I was the young Abednito.
I definitely wouldn't
He
do
was
anything
also, like-
crazy.
I'd be
I
Yoda
would
species.
say-
I could see
Alright.
that.
I'm 28 years old and I live with my parents. So I'm already, I'm ready to be 50 years old and live with my parents.
I would be
Maybe.
a Zabrak, but a Zabrak from Iridonia specifically. So, normal,
Yeah. Okay.
not freaky tattoos. All like really freaky tattoos, but maybe some nice tasteful blue ones with just standard horns, some hair on top, hiding
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit. Basically, the tieflings of Star Wars.
Yeah. Like Eve Koth. He's an Iridonian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Iridonian Zabrak. So he's
like
got,
that
long,
one
he's
that,
got long flowing hair. So
Yeah,
I think
Nice.
I'd pick
On his
something
shampoo.
simple like a Pantoran, or my favorite sequel aliens, Cassurians.
You guys are all messing
What
up.
about- What
You
about
guys are all-
Dathomirian?
Cassurians, they're just like more so like in the background. There's like a trio of them that's like a dance troupe. They're red and they have not quite
They got
horns,
montrals.
but they have montrals. But
They have
they
montrals.
just look really cool.
They're one of
Gotta love a
they're
monstrous
the
species.
only other species in the Star Wars galaxy that have montrals.
I gotta
Are
say, Meltagruders are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit. They are.
Wouldn't want
I
to be
really
a
like
Madrida.
I love Chagrians. The
Yeah,
the
Chadrafans?
what's it called? Not Chadrafans.
You'd be a
Chagrians.
Chadrafan.
Chadrigran, buckets of blood, and
Buckets of blood and
No, they
friggin'
are
what's his
cool.
name? Masamita.
yeah.
I love the look of them. I really wish we could see more of them.
They're really
Oh,
beefy.
Cassurians, okay.
You guys are messing up though, because I went with Yoda's species because they live a long time, but I could also be totally normal and live a long time and pick holy crap, I'm totally blanking on the name of the Luminara Unduli species.
Mary Allen.
Mary Allen's. Because apparently what's her name's gonna be in the Acolyte.
Yeah.
So
For Nestor Row, yeah.
My
For
second
Nestor
choice would be
This-
Mira Lucan.
Oh, I love
Oh.
Mira Lukens.
why would you
They're
want to be a
so
Mary
cool.
Lucan? They don't have eyes.
They're the
But they
daredevils of
still
Star
see, though.
Wars.
They
Well,
are.
They're so
Mira-
cool.
Mary Lukens have like they're all slightly force sensitive, so that way they can see like that. That's how they see, and so like they all have like a built-in inherent force sensitivity, and then some of them do have like more force sensitivity, and like actually do join the Jedi.
Right.
But like,
Yeah, like,
I love them. They don't
Cossack
have
Gibbs.
eyes because like their planet has a red sun, so like they straight up
My eyes.
they just don't have eyes.
my beautiful eyes.
this one in the middle. Sorry, excuse me.
Ah.
This is a Cassurian. This is
Dude,
a concept
Cassurian-
art one.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the one in the background of The Rise of Skywalker. But they're really cool designs. And like I said, they have montrals, and that's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Isn't that what what's
There's
his
a bunch
face
of
in the High
Grutas
Republic
have.
was?
The
The
Yeah,
guy-
yeah,
The guy with the T.
the floating
with the
guy with the
T.
T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master Maru, Estella
Yeah,
Maru.
Master
Stella
And
Maru.
that's
Maru.
why I was so
Yeah.
excited to see him because that
Yeah.
was the only other time we've seen a Cassurian yet.
Totally jazzed about him.
Are
I gotta
Night
run.
Sisters just Dathomirian? Sorry, Jack.
They're different, I think.
Or is
Night
that like how
Sisters
does
are
that go?
Dathomirian.
Knights is
Yeah.
Are they?
Yes.
Yes.
But
To be determined.
No, they are. They're Dathomirian.
Yeah, okay. No, sorry, I'm thinking of the Zabraks that live on Death.
Yeah, I got confused.
They're weird.
Okay.
Then there are Dathomirians of Brax.
But
Yeah.
we
Basically
are
the same thing.
going to finish up here. It sounds like Jack has to go right now, but
Yeah.
thanks for joining
Bye,
us,
guys.
obviously, Jack.
See you,
Bye.
Jack. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
And yeah, I guess Jamie, take us
Take
out.
us away.
Check us out.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been the HoloNet Marauders live. That was my impression of Mr. Ray singing.
I thought that was
Um,
Mr. Ray. I was confused.
Oh, but yeah, this has been the HoloNet Marauders live. Thank everybody so much for joining us in the chat this evening. We'll be back next week talking more about just whatever we feel like talking about. Again, just to note as well, we're not covering current Struck work that's out there right now until a fair deal has been made between WGA, and SAG-AFTRA and the production companies and the studios.
Yep.
Support the strikes, and we'll be back soon to see you guys next time on the HoloNet Marauders podcast.
See you, everybody.
Balls.